back. This is Trending SA on SABC3. We are around this wonderful table and we're going to get into the good stuff because still coming up, Lineo Sekeleoane is going to be in studio with us talking about this amazing film and her amazing rise in the filmmaking business. So Rory-san, over to you, girl. What you talk about, Rory?
I want to see what everybody's talking about. Let's check out some tweets. Waiting to watch Trending SA.
Nah. Don't burn yourself.
I love it.
Wow. Is that an iron?
Yeah,
It's like an ironing.
I was still on the trench coat. I didn't even see the situation at the bottom. Innovation. Gelwa, Velvet Cake is in the house. It's gonna be lit, I can guarantee. Flames, flames, flames. Not Sasha Naidu's flames.
Spice.
Too soon.
Positive flames.
It's time now for In Other News. Can I also say that to the screen? In Other News.
Shananas.
She's a director and producer of the much-anticipated feature film, The Zulu Wedding, a love child project she conceptualized about 10 years ago as a precursor to the release of the film. Thank you. And this is the book that we're talking about and the film that's coming on. Now, she's been involved in many productions dating back from 1999, where she's produced award-winning Home Sweet Home film. In her illustrious career in television and film, she's been a pioneer and a strong voice for women in the industry, which brings us to the very much anticipated, like I said, release of the feature film Zulu Wedding, and she's joining us in studio today. But before we hang out with her, how about you check out the trailer?
Thought I was gonna let my boy go off to the Jungle Book land by himself?
Jungle Book Land.
Motherland, baby! We're in the motherland! Yo, this is better than Zabunda, for real. Yo, go girl, why you so stingy if you got all this money? You should tip more. She got a mansion and a goat. I got dibs on the big one. Trying to take a selfie. How many wives do Zulu men get?
You belong with me.
I belong in New York. Whoa. Okay, it's not what it looks like, okay? Just give me a chance to explain.
You'll never know what's right for you until you know who you are.
Jeez, man, if that is anything to go by, it's definitely a must-see. Guys, the Sana Marana looks so cool.
I love it.
Come on.
I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, without any waste of time, joining us on Trending SA, it's director, producer of the feature film Zulu Wedding, Lineo! Hey! Hello.
Congratulations on this project. I mean, and welcome to our show.
Why didn't you bring Palance? Did you bring him?
I tried. He said no. No, I'm kidding. This is so busy.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're excited about this for many reasons. But I want to quickly speak to the trailer. Some of the faces that we're seeing there are people we haven't seen in a while. You know, my particular favorite in Jerry. How did you kind of convince, some of these greats to come back on a project like this?
I begged and begged and prayed. So I pray about everything. So everyone just came. I kicked it to Jesus. I'm like, who should we cast? And that's really how everybody came around. I met Darren. I was at a party in LA, a South African party, and I went to someone and said, hey, you know how they do it to us? Like, hey, do you know Mandela? And then I did that to one of them. It's like, hi, do you know Lem? And she was like, oh, from Soul Food. I'm like, yeah. It's like, I don't, but my friend does. And the friend was coming in an hour, and I went, hey, do you know Lem? And he's like, yeah, I've got his number. Called him.
Whoa, nice.
And then he was like, do you want to have a meeting with us? I was like, yeah. Hi, Lem, I'm from South Africa. Can I meet you tomorrow? He was like, okay. And it was that easy. We had chats.
What?
And we really got along. Like, we just struck this relationship immediately. He was so amazing. And then, he had been my dream because when I was a child, Lem was a bad boy I wanted to marry. And then I grew up and grew wiser, changed my mind.
Yeah.
And then with Carl as well, it was a different story. There was a lot of like scheduling issues. And then the one day, the person who booked the flights kept on saying to me, like, we cannot get him, he's too busy, this is what's happening. And I went for a walk because they were forcing me to cast someone else. And he was great too, that guy was going to be great. But then I decided, you know, I have to go for a walk. I asked the Lord, you know, you finished this thing, so tell me, you gave me a dream, this is the way it's supposed to be. And I went for a walk and I decided, let me just call his manager and ask. It's Saturday, he's supposed to be here on Monday. And I took a chance, said, hey, can you get here on Monday? And he was like, wait, let me just speak to him. And he was like, okay, I'll cancel what I'm doing.
Wow.
And he showed up.
Wow.
He was on a plane on Sunday, the very next day, and he was shooting on Tuesday morning. So, and then Jerry Pell as well was very busy. So he was working a lot. He's doing quite a lot of things on TV. And I asked him, like, during his lunch break while he was shooting another TV show, I was like, please, can you come? We're doing something at the Hyatt. Can you just come and meet with me? And he was amazing. And I was just like, can we do this thing? And he agreed. So it's been really just a blessed journey. It's been really amazing.
Really, really exciting. It's a bit of a weird one and unconventional because hangata we're used to seeing, you know, books turned into films and not the other way around where films are turned into books. Talk to us a little bit about your relationship with Dudu and how that came about, this unconventional approach, if I could call it that.
Okay, so my friend Standiwe came to me.
Love her.
I love Star.
Love her.
So she was like, I'm reading this book. It's about a taxi driver who falls, a journalist falls in love with a taxi driver. I'm like, not my thing. And he's like, just read one sentence of the book. You're going to love it. I was like, you know me, you've met me. Taxi driver, not my thing. I read a sentence. I mean, in that, like, that kind of relationship.
That story,
I love taxi drivers. They're my best. And then I read the book, and then I called Dudu. And I was like, I love you. Can I meet you? And she said yes. And she watched the movie, and she loved it so much that she wrote a book. And I was like, please, because I just want to be in your mind. And let's work together.
Oh, wow.
And she's got such a wonderful spirit because her journey was like my journey because she'd been told so much that you cannot do this. This is the way things work. And she decided to do her own thing. She's got her own publishing company and she's been doing things herself. And I thought the two of us can do something together. Wow. So she wrote the book, funded the book herself. And I, you know, so we just had a very similar story and a very, very similar personalities. We're both quite crazy. So it was a special relationship. Yeah.
Crazy. You look like such a lady. This is crazy. Now let's talk about the comparison that some people have made between Zulu wedding and a big fat Greek wedding. Obviously, the subjects are similar culture as well as assimilations. What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't really read what people say, but what I'm really interested in, because I'm interested in other cultures and learning about other cultures. So I really just focused on the family dynamics. The story started somewhere else and sort of webbed its way into the story that we have now with Mabo.
Yes.
Because I love love and I love love stories. Like, so that's really all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And if somebody sees a similarity, then great. But there is nothing new. The themes are the same.
And there's nothing new.
There's nothing new under the sun. So I don't like to get trapped in the first and someone has done it. It doesn't matter that somebody has done it. Whatever I do will be different. You and I can tell exactly the same story, but it will be very different. Just because we're so different in our understanding, the way we interpret things and the way we tell stories. So I don't get bogged down with those things.
Yeah. Nice one.
You mentioned Standiwe earlier, and you have even another relationship now that's in the pipelines, which is the musical. So there's a book, there's a film, and now we're on stage singing. Tell us a little bit about that.
So that came out of just like falling in love with Kelly Khumalo. We were just talking this time, like we love Kelly, like Kelly just like sings and music is in her body. And when she was on set, I was just like, I wish I could have written an even bigger role for her. And we were talking with Star, and so I was like, you know, it would be so great just to do a musical. And, you know, and she was like, you know, and I can do this, and I was like, just do it. So the thing that I'm so passionate about is just developing other women. Because it's so rough out here, like you wouldn't know about that. But it's so rough out here for us.
It is.
In creative services or in the creative industry, and just saying like, what are you into? So how do we take what we already have to enhance what you're doing, or to allow you to try new things? And I feel like I've had the privilege to be able to do that, and it's something that we want to extend to other women as well. So she'll be embarking on that as well.
Don't forget, I begged you to be in your next movie.
Thank you. I'm going to put you in.
Well, we love you, and we're going to need you to send talents to us before the film comes out. Thank you. Oh, yes, of course, and everyone else in the film.
Particularly Palance.
Thank you very much, Gino. You're so wonderful. Everyone must go and see it. Zulu Wedding.
September.
Yes, September. Make sure you do it. And the book is also out. Dudu Busani Dube. Go out and check this out. It is time for our next regular feature. It's time for That's So Savage.
On today's installment of That's So Savage, we'll be keeping up with the soccer fever by looking at soccer moments that are completely savage. We all know that the beautiful game is more than just dribbling and passing the ball. So we've compiled a few savage soccer moments that we love, and of course we want to laugh at these guys, Jungan. Guys, this next clip shows exactly how dramatic soccer players are. I mean, they don't even respect referees.
I'm never gonna let you go, never gonna say goodbye, no. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give you up. Never gonna give, never gonna give. Say goodbye, no.
Run, daddy, run. Oh.
Run,
Like
Daddy,
the
run.
Like 95.
granddad.
Yeah, I'm not. Take a quick break. When we get back, Don Tandeka King will be here. Our Woman Crush Wednesday on TrendingSA.
This time for Africa.